thanks everybody for coming out today, and Lindsay, thank you for your leadership on this. And I just returned from Israel on Tuesday morning. Senator Ted Budd and I had traveled through the region, through the Middle East, and over we heard from regional leadership about how important it is for America to step up their leadership. There's a void of leadership in the White House today. And if anything, there's no leadership, but in place of that, appeasement. And we see Joe Biden doing that. So what we saw and what we heard while we were traveling through the Middle East is that our service members are under attack. Okay, they're under attack from Iran, from Iranian proxies throughout the Middle East, and our citizens are being held captive by Hamas. We cannot forget that there were over 40 Americans killed on October 7th in the attack perpetrated by Hamas when they went into Israel. We have 8 Americans that are being held by Hamas, 3 of whom we know are deceased. 5, God willing, are still alive. The last thing that we need is a president who waffles on his support to Israel. So much for that ironclad support. His words, not mine. Joe Biden's ironclad support of Israel. Folks, he's lying to Israel, and he's lying to all of you. It is not ironclad. He is withholding weapons that are needed by our closest friend and ally in the Middle East, Israel. We already have these mouthpieces for Hamas here at home. We've seen them all on these liberal campuses out there supporting and saying they are Hamas. Our own students at liberal elite colleges. We don't need the president stepping into that arena as well. The president is a tool, folks. He is a tool. Okay, in this case, he's a propaganda tool. But Hamas is using him, and he is allowing it, and he is turning his back on Israel. So our message today should be to remember, Mr. President, Hamas created the humanitarian disaster in Gaza. Hamas knew exactly what would happen when they attacked on October 7th. They knew that Israel would respond and that they would strive for victory and the destruction of Hamas. They knew that. This is not Israel's fault. This is Hamas's fault. This is Sinwar's fault. This is Iran's fault. It is not Israel's fault. So we don't need Joe Biden being a mouthpiece for Hamas. We certainly don't need it in our White House. We need new leadership.
Senator Cruz and Marshall.